Alexander. I'm the program manager in our Fort Collins, Colorado location. Before we get started, a couple of announcements. Tomorrow we have two different things going on. We have our fitness center benefits webinar. Brooke is going to be going over all of the different free services that come with your free fitness center membership. So join in on that or watch the recording just so you can take advantage of everything that we offer. And then we also have our first cooking demo of the year tomorrow. Jenny will be making turkey bacon breakfast sandwiches. So join in on that, or you can always watch the recording for that as well, and it'll be posted on Slack. All right, I'm going to stop sharing. And we are going to start standing up. So, oh no. Sorry about that. I'll turn back on. All right, perfect. All right, so we're going to start with full body sweeps. So for this one, we're just going to bend down towards the floor, reach for your toes, and then from here, we're going to stand back up to the ceiling, sweeping your arms, reaching up nice and tall. As we get to the top, you can grab your wrists and kind of pull your arm to the side. Clasp your fingers together, push it towards the ceiling, and we're going to do side bends, side to side. Good, and then forward fold all the way back down. Sweep your arms at the bottom and come back up. So we're moving through this whole time. We're not gonna stay stationary in one position for too long. Reaching side to side, and then forward fold back down and back up. Good, and let's do one more of each. So forward fold, bending over, reaching for your toes or as far as you can. Sweep your arms all the way back up nice and tall, reaching high for the ceiling. You can come all the way up onto your toes. Clasp your fingers together, press up towards the ceiling. Reach side to side. Good, and you can drop your arms down to your side. We're gonna start out with some hip openers. So we're gonna be standing on one leg. So if you need help with balance, hold on to something nearby. But to start out, we're going to have a slight bend in our left knee, bringing our right leg out in front of us, opening up our hip to the side. You're gonna touch your toe down on the outside and then bring it back to center. So we're gonna do a few working on our right side before we move to the left. So opening up your hip on the right side and bringing it back to center. As we do these reps, make sure that you keep your opposite hip and chest facing forward the whole time. And we're only working on this one hip right now. So we're going to do one more just like this. And then we're going to add a little bit of a variation to really open up this joint. So again, stand on this one leg. You're going to bring your knee up in front of you, your whole leg out to the side. And then from here, you're going to bring your heel up towards the ceiling, rotating your knee down towards the floor and kind of kick back all the way to the back and touch down. Then we're going to do that backwards. You're going to kind of kick your leg back, open it up to the side, and then you're going to drop your foot down, look down towards the floor, come back to center and down. You can always just stick with the regular hip openers if that feels better for you. But if you want to try, we're just going nice and slow, really getting your hip through the full range of motion. Good, so bring it up in front of you, out to the side, and we're out in the side position. You're going to rotate so your heel is up, kicking up towards the ceiling, around to the back, set it down. And then from here, you're going to kick back and then bring it around, drop the heel down and back in. We'll do one more like this, and then we'll switch to our left side, starting with just the basic hip openers. So I kind of shake your legs out a little bit. Sometimes when you do those, if your hips are tight, you might start to cramp up a little bit. So let's start out with the left side, just regular hip openers. Bring your leg out to the side and then back to the center. Trying to bring your knee up nice and high as you open it up to the side. Acts like you're stepping over something, then come back in. We'll do about two more, and then you can just keep doing these, or you can add in that extra variation. So bring your left knee up in front of you, out to the side, rotate your leg, bring your knee down in front of you, kick your heel back, round to the side, And then start by kicking your heel back out to the side. So your legs should be parallel to the ground, and then back around to the front. I'll show you from the side again. So up to the side, rotating. So you're kicking your heel up, back around. Kind of act like you're trying to get over something tall, kind of an awkward way. Good, and let's do one more whatever variation you're doing. Good, back to the center, shake it out a little bit if you need to. Now we're gonna go into deep squats. Feet are gonna be about shoulder width apart, maybe a little bit wider if that's more comfortable for you. Trying to keep your heels on the ground. We're gonna sit down into a squat as deep as you can and hold it at the bottom. So if you can go all the way down to the floor, that's great. If you can't quite make it down there, that's okay. Just want to open up the hips. Again, a wider stance might be a little bit easier for you to get into this position. And we're going to hold this for about 10 more seconds. And then we're going to pike our hips up for a forward fold. Just breathe in this position, especially if it's feeling a little bit uncomfortable. Good. You can place your hands down on the floor right in front of you. Now we're going to sit our hips back, going into a forward fold. Now we're just bending at the waist, reaching down for your toes. And it's okay if you can't quite reach the toes or the floor. Point is just to stretch the backside of our body and let the lower back start to relax. If it feels good for you, you can kind of sway back and forth. Might relieve some tension in the lower back and the spine. All right, and we're going to sit back down into that deep squat. So if you can, just from this position, sit your hips back down. If you need to stand back up before you come down into the deep squat, that's okay. You can use your elbows to kind of push your knees out a little bit more or rock side to side also in this position. So kind of exploring different movement. Got about 10 more seconds here. Again, if at any point you can't hold it for the entire time, you come up to standing or pop into that forward fold. All right, let's put your hands down in front of you. Sit the hips up, back into the forward fold. Again, sway back and forth if that feels good. Or just hold this, trying to reach for your toes. All right, last time of each. Just go back down into the deep squat. Hopefully, if you're not already as low as you can get, each time that we do this, you can get a little deeper into the squat. Again, kind of rock back and forth if that feels good for you, shifting your weight side to side, one foot to the other. Last 10 seconds in this position. All right, and pike your hips back up. Last time in the forward fold, and kind of just rock back and forth. Let your upper body hang. All right, I'm gonna have you slowly roll all the way up to standing, finishing with your shoulders and your neck. Do a couple of shoulder rolls going backwards. Shake your body out a little bit, and we're gonna go into a side lunge with rotation now. So for this one, I'm gonna have you step out wide, and then I'm gonna have you sit your hips down and back kind of diagonally to the side, stretching out our left side, the leg that's straight right now. And then as we're in this position, we're leaning to the right side. You're going to take your left arm, reach it across your body, grab the outside of your knee, and then just take your right arm and reach up towards the ceiling. So you're rotating your chest towards the knee that's bent, reaching up for the ceiling, adding in a bit of rotation. Good. Gently come back up to that neutral center position. Now we're going to shift our weight to the left side. So shift your weight to the left, putting your hips down and back kind of diagonally behind you. Reach across with your right arm, and then left arm up towards the ceiling. Good, and we'll switch back to the right side now. Shift the weight to the right, reach across with your left arm, rotating Right arm up towards the ceiling, chest towards the right side of the room. Good, come back up to neutral, switch to your left side. Okay, if your right arm, or your straight arm, I guess, is not pointing all the way up towards the ceiling, rotate as far as you can to get a comfortable stretch. So come back up, go to the left. All right, and one more on each side, shifting our weight to the right side, reaching across, opening up. Come back to center, left side for the last time. All right, slowly kind of unwind, come up to that neutral position. Now we're gonna go to the top of your mat and we're gonna do some inchworm. So from here, you're going to bend over, reaching down for your toes, hands right in front of you, and we're gonna slowly walk our hands forward until we're in a tall plank position. As we're in this position, we're gonna walk our hands back in towards our toes and do that sweep like we did at the beginning, reaching up nice and tall for the ceiling, and then forward fold back down into the inchworm. If it feels better for you, you can bend your knees as you're walking out into the tall plank. Let's hold that for just a few seconds, up in the plank, and then walk your hands back towards your feet, sweeping all the way up towards the ceiling like we did in the beginning, reaching nice and tall, and add in the side bends. And last time, this time we're going to stay at the bottom of the inchworm in that plank. Good, tall plank position. About 3 more seconds. And then we're going to drop down to your stomach. You can either drop down to your knees and go down to your stomach or do it up from your hands. In this position, you're going to have your hands right next to the outside of your chest. And we're going to come up, push your upper body off the ground into a cobra. And exhale and relax back down to the floor. And inhale and lift. We're going to do this about 10 times. And then exhale and come back down. I want you to focus on pressing your upper body off the floor with your hands and not lifting with your lower back right now. If you feel any tension in your lower back, I want you to stop at that point, even if you're only a few inches off of the floor. You don't need to go into full extension. It's whatever feels comfortable for you. Good. So inhale and lift. And then exhale and lower back down. About 3 more. Going at your own pace. If you're going a little bit faster or slower than me, that's okay. The number of reps does not have to be perfect. Good. Exhale and lower. And let's do one more. Inhale and lift. And then exhale and lower back down. Good. I'm going to pop up onto your hands and knees, and then we're going to go into a half kneeling position for a deep forward lunge. So for this one, you're going to start in this half kneeling position. We're going to tuck our pelvis underneath. So we have our tailbone tucked here, and then we're going to gently press your front knee forward. As we do this, I want you to focus on keeping the heel on your front leg on the ground. If that heel starts to come up at all, I want you to come out of that lunge a little bit. Right now, we're going to stretch our back hip as well as that front ankle. So keeping the heel on the ground is going to help stretch out your front ankle. And then keeping the pelvis tucked back here and not letting your hips start to fall forward is going to help stretch that back hip flexor. Okay, we're going to hold this position. If you need a break, just come back up into this half kneeling position, but try to hold this stretch for as long as you can. Pressing your front knee forward as far as you can. Really stretching out the ankle on that front side. Good. Last 10 seconds here, and then we will switch sides. Good. Gently come up out of that, and let's switch to the other side. So opposite side, half kneeling lunge to start, half kneeling stance. Tuck your hips underneath and then press your front knee forward. Keeping your pelvis tucked on the back side and then keeping that front heel on the ground the whole time. So we still have at least 20 seconds right here. So just continue to breathe. Again, you can always shift your weight back and come out of the stretch if you need a break. Allowing your body to soften on the exhale. Stretches might feel a little bit uncomfortable, but should never feel painful. So kind of got to discern between the two of those. Good, come up out of that, and let's go back to the starting side. So switch that half kneeling position again. Scoop the pelvis underneath, and then gently press your front knee forward until you feel a stretch into the front ankle, as well as the back hip. Good, and we're gonna hold this for 30 seconds. Just continuing to breathe. Breathe through any discomfort. Good, last 10 seconds, and we'll switch to the other side. Try to go a little bit deeper into the stretch if you can, pressing your knee farther forward. All right, gently come back up. Switch to the other side. Scooping the pelvis and then pressing your front knee forward. And we have 30 seconds here. Sink a little bit deeper into the stretch if you can. Last 10 seconds, pressing your knee farther forward. Making sure that your heel stays on the ground. All right, and gently come up out of that. And we're gonna go into a child's pose. So we are going to widen your knees a little bit and then sit back onto your heels, reaching your hands out in front of you, walking your fingertips far as you can in front of you, and then dropping your chest down towards the floor. You can rest your head on the mat. If that's comfortable with you, it's okay if your head is kind of floating, if you can't quite get down there. The more that you start to relax, just bring your chest closer down towards the floor. All right, I'm gonna have you walk your fingertips towards the left side of your mat. You can kind of dig your fingers into the floor and then gently pull towards you. It'll stretch out the right side of your back and shoulder. Fingers actually shouldn't be moving. You should just be digging towards the floor and then pulling towards you, but keeping your fingers exactly where they are. An ISO hold here. Come back to the center. Give your body a second to relax in the middle, and then we'll switch to the other side. All right, walk your fingertips towards the right side of your mat now. Digging your fingers in, pulling towards you, stretching out the left side. Continuing to breathe as we do this. All right, you can relax and come back to center. We're going to hold this for about 20 to 30 more seconds. Slowing down your breathing, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Good. 2 more deep breaths. All right, and you can slowly make your way back up to standing or to stay down in that child's pose or seated position for a little bit longer. But thank you guys so much for joining me today. Hopefully you feel a little bit better, more relaxed.